New here at 6 o'clock, a police department in the Low Country is putting out a warning after they discovered marijuana they believe was laced with a deadly substance.
You can see the statement on Facebook here. Somerville police say they found marijuana while investigating 2 overdoses. Early testing indicates it was laced with amphetamines and fentanyl, a highly potent synthetic opioid that we talk about all the time. They asked the community to stay safe and, of course, be careful. Now, the upstate has its own problems with the deadly drug. In 2020, there were 114 deaths caused by fentanyl in just Greenville County. It's a growing problem across our country, with health experts estimating around 150 people die from a drug OD every day. Officials say fentanyl is the driving force behind those numbers.
And for more on this topic, we want to bring in Michelle Nienhius right now with the Department of Alcohol and Other Drug Abuse Services. So, Michelle, thank you for joining us. To jump right into it, the latest numbers from DHEC saying in 2016 there were 190 fentanyl drug overdose deaths statewide. 190. In 2020, there were 1,100. How much of a crisis is this right now?
You know, fentanyl is a game changer when we look at substance use prevention and intervention and treatment services across the state. We're seeing that many more substances are being adulterated with fentanyl. So, you know, you may have someone who believes that they are using cocaine or heroin or methamphetamine, but that substance is being adulterated with fentanyl, hence the increase in the amount of overdose deaths that are occurring in our state. So it's coming in many different ways. It's coming in through the pill form with counterfeit pills, but it's also coming into the other substances where it's being an additive or an adulterant.
You're talking about the different substances, a lot of the conversation now about rainbow fentanyl. We had the DEA coming out with a warning. It has been seized in North Carolina. As far as the approach to that rainbow fentanyl right now here in the upstate, in South Carolina, what does that approach look like?
So we haven't seen it specifically here in South Carolina. There have been a couple of different colors, but maybe not quite the rainbow of colors that we saw in the DEA warning. But we definitely want to get the information out there that people need to be concerned about not taking anything from any place where a pill is not prescribed to them by a doctor and then they are accessing that from a pharmacy. We see that counterfeit pills are being purchased online as well as on the streets, and it's just dangerous. You don't know what's in them. You don't know, you know, the person may say that it's safe, but we don't know what's in them. They don't know what's in them, and so we just want to make sure that people are safe and not taking anything that's not prescribed to them by a doctor and that's not filled by a pharmacist.
And back to the numbers from DHEC, said Greenville County is the third most fentanyl overdose deaths in 2020 with 114 there, just alone in Greenville County. So what are you doing in Greenville County, in the upstate, to stop this problem? That seems like it's just getting out of control each and every year.
Absolutely. We have great partners here in the upstate, starting out with the Phoenix Center. They're the local alcohol and drug abuse authority. They provide prevention, intervention, treatment, and recovery services. And they are also, through those services, providing naloxone for those community members that may be concerned about someone who may come into contact with an opioid and overdose on an opioid or on fentanyl. In this case, they are providing naloxone free of charge to the public. They are also providing fentanyl test strips. These are testing strips that can be provided to an individual so that they can test the substance before use as a harm reduction measure to see if there might be a presence of fentanyl in that substance or not. So that's one of the organizations that we're working with. We're also working with several of the recovery organizations like Challenges Inc. and other Favor Upstate area organizations like that are providing the same type of thing. They're providing these harm reduction measures, the Narcan, the fentanyl test strips. They're providing the education, wanting to get the message out to the public about the safety issues related to substance use disorder and giving that message of hope. That if you need treatment services, we can help you. If you are in recovery and you need those support services, we're here to help you. And if you're a parent or an individual who's looking for, you know, how do I stay away from this, just the true prevention messages, we're out there to help you with that too. So these organizations in the upstate are doing a wonderful job in helping to combat the issues that you're seeing here in the Greenville area.
Okay, that message of hope, that's important. Michelle Nienhius, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And if you know anyone who is struggling with substance abuse, you can call that national hotline on your screen, 1-800-662-4357.